This is Rachel Hess, and this is my Pecha Kucha on literacy methods for third grade. Third grade is such a crucial time for literacy because this is when students transition from learning to read to reading to learn. In third grade, students are increasing their word usage and knowledge. They can discuss subjects at a deeper level, and they can discuss books, articles, and short stories they have read in detail. They will tell detailed occurrences of their lives and ask questions to clarify information. Having reading and writing centers in the classroom allows students to learn through self-discovery and also allows teachers to pull students out for one-on-one to better meet the needs of individual students. The Reading Center should have a shelf or tub with books from our current theme. I would also emphasize a classroom library. The Writing Center should be next to the Reading Center. Here, all of our writing materials and resources will be stored. Some of these materials include a variety of papers to choose from, reference books, and student journals. The most important part of my Writing Center will be a model of 8 different types of writing. This board is just a reminder of the different layouts to choose from. Oral language is very critical for students, especially in third grade. Oral language skills are linked to reading comprehension and, most importantly, their narrative storytelling skills. The key to oral language instruction is focusing on building a foundation of these skills through oral expression. In the next slide, I'm going to give examples of how I plan to foster oral language skills as a third grade teacher. One way to improve oral language skills is by engaging students in discussions with heterogeneous groups so that students with lower vocabulary skills can benefit from hearing the discussion of their peers. The best way to foster oral language skills, though, is by hearing stories read with expression and intonation, and by practicing oral language skills through storytelling and class discussions. While other areas of literacy often receive more attention and instruction, strong listening skills are integral to students' success. By the end of third grade, each child should be able to listen attentively in group situations and understand grade-level material. In the next slide, I'm going to give examples of how I plan to foster third grade students' listening skills. One way to improve listening skills is by providing pre-learning activities that enable students to focus on what is important, like vocabulary terms or study guides. This helps the student know where and how to focus their listening. The best way for teachers to do this is by not repeating instructions. Giving instructions multiple times trains students so they do not have to listen the first time. The goal of reading is to derive meaning. Without reading comprehension skills, readers cannot make predictions about what will happen next, monitor their understanding, or connect with their reading to their own experience. This is why the reading process is very important, especially to third graders. Next, I'm going to describe ways to incorporate the reading process in my classroom. There are 5 great parts to a reading comprehension lesson. The first is the introduction. This is how the teacher captures the students' attention. The second step is the vocabulary, where the teacher introduces unfamiliar words. The third step is actually reading the story. Writing a summary of the story is the fourth step, and the final step is asking and answering questions about the story. The writing process teaches students to internalize the steps for producing a finished piece of writing. Learning, implementing, and internalizing the writing process helps students to produce effective writing for a variety of purposes. Next, I'm going to describe the writing process and how I will incorporate it into my classroom. There are several ways to implement the 5 steps of the writing process. Pre-writing involves brainstorming and planning. Drafting should be completed independently. Suggestions can be made at this stage. Next is revising. This is where students should reread their work and make changes. Editing is the next stage, which prepares students for the last stage, the final draft. Helping students love to read is one of the most important things I can do as a teacher. Reading opens the door to virtually all knowledge. Moreover, it is the path to lifelong learning. Being a voracious reader comes with many benefits, such as improved problem-solving skills, improved attention span, and stimulates imagination and creativity. There are several methods teachers can use to encourage students to love reading. Setting aside time every day dedicated to reading can help foster this love. Other strategies include rewarding reading, making books readily available, and sharing personal favorites with the students. These all can contribute to fostering a love of literature. There are several learning theories that guide my pedagogy. One of these theories is constructivism. This theory is student-based and has several literature-focused units. This theory views learners as innately curious. It also suggests ways to engage students so they can be successful, which is very important to me. Another student-based theory that guides my pedagogy is the sociolinguistics theory. This theory emphasizes the importance of language and social interaction on learning. It views reading and writing as social and cultural activities. Some applications of this theory include literature circles, shared reading, and workshops. There are many ways I can support English language learners in my classroom. One way is to simplify my language without dumbing it down. Some effective ways to achieve this is by avoiding slang and idiomatic expressions, speaking clearly, and encouraging students to raise their hand if they don't understand a word. Another way to support English language learners in my classroom is by providing students with frequent opportunities to work together, both in pairs and in small groups. English language learners benefit from observing how their peers learn and solve problems. English language learners also learn to express themselves with greater confidence when working in small teams. Classroom teachers are not the only teachers of literacy. The role of parents and other adult caregivers is crucial. Many studies have shown that literacy activities conducted at home can positively influence in the areas of oral language, vocabulary, print awareness, comprehension, and children's values related to reading. The easiest way to involve all types of families is to send books home with students. Family literacy bags may contain high-quality literature as well as activities for parents to complete with their children. Sending books that were used in classroom instruction home with students for rereading also improves fluency and is highly effective.